He stole $600,000 in broad daylight. No mask, no weapon, no violence. One phone call, 300 strangers, and a horse nobody believed in. When the police came, they shook his hand. But here's the real question, was he a genius or just lucky? By the end of this video, you decide. His name was Barney Curley. He was not a normal person. He was a gambler, but not just any gambler, he was a genius gambler. From a young age, Barney learned how betting works. His father was also involved in racing and gambling, but Barney was different. He didn't just play the game, he studied it. In fact, when he was just a teenager, he tricked his own father in a bet and won money. That moment changed everything. He realized one thing: if you understand the system, you can control the outcome. But life was not easy for him. Barney tried many things in life. He opened businesses, he worked different jobs, he even tried risky work like smuggling, but nothing worked. He kept losing money, and slowly he fell into deep debt. By 1975, he owed around $12,000. That was a huge amount at that time. Even worse, bookmakers already knew him. They were scared of him. If Barney came to bet, they would reduce the odds or stop him completely. So now he had a big problem. No money, big debt, and no trust from bookies. He needed one big move, and that's when he created a plan. Barney decided to do something very smart. Instead of choosing a strong horse, he chooses a very weak horse. Its name was Yellow Sam. This horse had a terrible record. It kept losing races again and again. Because of that, the betting odds on this horse were very high. That means if it wins, you earn a lot of money. But here's the twist. Barney knew something others didn't. Yellow Sam was not actually weak. It just needed the right conditions. So what did Barney do? He made the horse look even worse. He entered it into races where it would lose. He made sure its official rating went down. Now everyone believed this horse can never win. Perfect. Because Barney was preparing for something big, now comes the most important part. Barney studied the betting system deeply. Back in 1975, technology was very limited. At the racetrack, there was only one phone line. This phone line was very important because bookies used it to communicate with betting shops. If many people bet on one horse, bookies would quickly reduce the odds. But there was one rule. When the race starts, the odds are locked and cannot change. This gave Barney an idea. A dangerous idea. He thought, what if I stop the communication right before the race starts? Then bookies will not know what is happening outside and the odds will stay high. This was the weakness, and Barney was ready to use it. Barney knew he couldn't do this alone, so he created a team. He selected around 300 people. These people were trusted. He gave them money and very clear instructions. At the last moment, place bets on Yellow Sam. At the same time, he gave a very important job to one man. This man had to go to the racetrack and take control of the only phone booth. His job was to keep the phone line busy no matter what, even if someone tries to stop him. This was the riskiest part. If this failed, the whole plan would fail and Barney would lose everything. The big day arrived on June 26, 1975. The racetrack was full of people. Everyone was excited. Bets were being placed everywhere. And as expected, Yellow Sam had very high odds, 1 to 20. No one believed it could win. Everything was going according to Barney's plan. Now it was time for the final move. 25 minutes before the race, Barney's man went into the phone booth. He picked up the phone and started acting. He pretended that someone in his family was very sick. He cried, he talked loudly, he refused to leave the phone. People felt sorry for him. No one forced him to leave, and the phone line stayed busy for the entire time. At the same time, Barney's 300 people were placing bets across the country, all on Yellow Sam. Normally, this would alert the bookies. They would reduce the odds quickly, but this time they couldn't because the phone line was blocked. They had no idea what was happening. And then the race started. The odds were locked. Still 1 to 20. Now everything depended on one thing. Would the horse win? The race began and something unbelievable happened. Yellow Sam started running fast, very fast. It jumped every hurdle perfectly. Even the favorite horse could not keep up. And then Yellow Sam crossed the finish line. It won. The impossible became real. Barney's plan worked. After the race, bookies realized what happened. They were shocked. They had been outplayed, but they had no choice because everything was legal. They had to pay. Barney had invested around $5,000 and he won around $300,000, which is millions in today's money. They even paid him in small notes, in bags. It became a huge story all over the country. Here's the most interesting part. Barney did not break any law. He didn't cheat directly. He didn't hack anything. He simply used timing, planning, and a system weakness. That's it. And because of that, police could do nothing. After this event, the betting industry changed its rules. They made systems stronger, they closed the loopholes, but Barney became a legend. People called him the smartest gambler and the Robin Hood of racing because he also helped poor people with his money. Even at old age, he continued to surprise people with his ideas. So back to the question I asked at the start, was Barney Curley a genius or just lucky? You tell me in the comments, but here's something to think about. Barney didn't have a weapon, he didn't have power, he didn't even have money when he started. All he had was one thing, the ability to see what everyone else missed, a weakness in the system, a tiny crack, and he turned that crack into millions. So, think about your own life right now. Is there a system you use every day, a process at work, a rule that doesn't make sense? Maybe there's a weakness waiting for someone smart enough to find it, and that someone could be you.